5 secrets I learned from almost 10 years of working as a software developer. Today, I'll share my personal thoughts, how I learned something new, and how I try to keep my mind off problems by listening to the right people. Some lessons I wish someone told me when I started programming to avoid wasting time and getting stuck in my career. You get practices I use in my dev life to be even more productive and have a safer environment when working as a software developer. Hello my friend, I'm Erick Wendel, and today I brought something different to this channel. I'm gonna talk to you about 5 tips I wish someone told me when I started programming. I'm gonna share with you a few struggles I had and how I fixed them when working with software programming for almost 10 years. I'll also bring some of the myths and controversial topics people used to say in our area that I believe it's not necessarily true. Well, open your notepad, get a drink, and let's begin. I've listed 5 tips only, so if you wanna, you can start applying them to your own life right away. Most of them are personal tips and opinions, so let me know what you find about them here in the comment sections. First, you don't need to be 100% productive every day. I've been working as software developers for a while, and in the last few years, I've been producing content online, doing software consultancy, workshops, and much more. There are days that I feel tired, I procrastinate a lot, and they just don't feel like good days. Some days in the week, I really can't keep up with my personal production, and at the end of the day, I used to feel sad because I haven't had many things done from my to-do list. But I realize I'm a human and we need some rest. If you try using 100% of your batteries every day, in the end, you'll be exhausted and may end up having a burnout. It's okay to have some production spikes during the week. The key secret is consistency. Don't stop and have some side hobbies to clean your mind. After my working hours, I try learning something new, studying new languages such as English or Spanish, study music, creating a new project, and much more. This helps me to start over on another day with my mind cleared without worrying too much in what I left on the day before. I don't know if you've ever felt like you've had a big problem, you give up, you start again the next day, and the problem was actually something simple. This is why I am against working 12 hours per day or even during the whole night as I used to do when I started programming. Your brain and your body are not machines, so having a good routine and healthy time management could help you a lot. 2. Practice is the key to learn theory, not the opposite. Learning something new, confusing, or not well explained topics is hard. I remember back then I was working in the office with my team with those infinite meetings about the product roadmap, business rules, or some changes our software should have. Or even when people from the business area were trying to explain how our software should work, a new integration process, or a new pipeline, or new features, so on. I'll do the same mistake again and again. I've said that I understood, I estimated the time for that task, and realized that it's something completely different than what I wondered. After years doing the same mistake, I realized the solution was much simpler. With a piece of paper or a blank board, I used to draw the process or concepts they were trying to explain to me. When I draw, even nowadays, I can see the big picture. I actually practice what they are trying to explain to me. This leads me to make questions and to refine ideas. This also helps the people who had the idea realize that the specification is not 100% ready yet. Well, I practice my tasks by drawing the steps I should do in that specific task on a piece of paper or a notepad. But you can imagine this practice actually works for any idea of your life. Imagine you wanna learn about cryptocurrency, Web3, and you have no idea where to start. Then you go search on Google, got some articles, and read about it. You have a false feeling that you've fully understood those concepts until you create something. Until you create a demo in JavaScript to make your own NFT, by example. You won't have a full understanding of the practice behind of it. There is a good image that shows us how much more we learn when we practice what we've been reading. So if you want to learn something new, don't just go and read about it. Make your own hands-on and experiment it. I'll get more about learning something new in the 5th tip, so stay with me until the end, okay? 3. Focus on what you are most comfortable with. I'm not saying that you must stay in your comfort zone. My point is that nowadays there are so many topics to study that we get lost in an information storm. When I was a junior developer, I remember trying to learn the backend. I was studying REST APIs and the RESTful specification. Then I realized I should learn SQL Server, learn how to query, aggregate data, data indexing, and so on. My friend said, "Oh, you should also know front-end so you can get hired easily." Then I signed my huge content list. I started researching about HTML5 tags, CSS, JS on the front end, how to consume a web API, how important was SEO tags, and more. Later, someone told me that I should learn Unix commands because
real developers work only on Linux distributions.
To summarize, I've spent so much time in a loop trying to learn everything at once that I got stuck and started feeling sad that I wasn't smart enough and I was just wasting my time. My tip for you is that you should focus on what you are happier about. Is it front-end? Well, learn front-end, become a front-end specialist and learn other stuff, but don't spend too much energy on so many topics at once. Otherwise, you get stuck and you feel lost. To give an example, I've been using JavaScript to automate my house. In the beginning, I was using C++ because I was using the Arduino framework. Now, imagine if I would have had to learn C++ classes, testing, best practice, memory management, and so on to start experimenting with the Internet of Things world. I would spend too much time in learning the tech and not actually delivering something, right? I know I have a lot to learn about this area, but it's not my main goal at the moment, so I try learning on demand. When I see a problem or an idea I want to implement, then I go searching and studying that subject. Before moving on, please don't forget to press the like button. It helps me a lot with the work I've been doing on this channel. You can also suggest what you want to learn by commenting here on this video. I usually read all comments one by one and I add them to my content backlog. Every week I publish a new video here in Portuguese or in English about JavaScript, career, and main tips to help you to conquer that dream job and make you a dev specialist in JavaScript. If you're not subscribed yet, subscribe to this channel so you won't miss all the content I've been publishing here. 4. You don't have to please people who haven't achieved anything. I think this tip is one of the most important for me. It still has helped me to keep my mind safe and healthy. When I started programming, people who had never been able to join this area were complaining to me that it was hard, impossible, and so stressful. I remember working as a service desk support on a call center, and I was wondering why many of my colleagues there had some background in tech, but they never actually got a job in the software programming area. When I said I was going to be a developer, they started saying that I shouldn't go to this area. They tried to study it, but according to them, you must be too smart to do it, that you must not have any friends and work 24 hours per day. As absurd I think those words are, now I understand what happened to them. Firstly, they used to go to the cheapest and random university that had a bad reputation for not teaching what the software development market really needed. Those cheap universities used to have some systems that helps the students to pass all the classes even without learning anything, as they keep paying them. So when they try to apply for job proposals, they get instant rejections, and it's something really frustrating to them. Still, I cannot blame only the university they choose. When I ask them about what they do in their free time and what they study in their free time, they laugh at me, saying that
studying is just for nerds.
I came from a very poor city, and I understand that money is something hard to handle in the beginning. And sometimes the only option you have is to end up in some kind of bad environment, as those universities were. Although I know a lot of people that have studied in this kind of university or even don't have any university degree, were able to achieve success in their careers reach good salaries, and be able to compete with the best job proposals out there. Looking back now, it's easy to guess why this happened to them. Well, what makes you a good professional is not what a training course teaches, what a university shows you, but what you seek in your free time and how much you practice it. When I started, I was 100% deep diving into software programming, and sometimes I used to miss classes so I could study what the software development market really needed. In summary, my tip is avoid the kind of people that throw their struggles at you. Try making your own decisions and try understanding why successful people that you admire could reach that level. Try getting some mentorship and some ideas from the people who are on the stage you want for your life. This could be something to boost your career and avoid you to wasting time. Fifth, learn how to learn. When I first started programming, I knew that I could find everything on Google, but I felt like I didn't know what exactly I should search for. Nowadays, I try learning something new with a goal in mind. For example, those Internet of Things projects I've been working on. With them, I try creating a project and divide my learning in that specific context. Imagine that I wanna use a camera to recognize my face in my office. Can you imagine how complex are the algorithms behind it? How complex the hardware could be, or even wiring those cables correctly? In my case, I don't try to go too far from my goal. I try learning first what is extremely needed to fulfill my object, as I mentioned in the previous tips. In this face recognition project, for example, I don't really care what algorithm I will use. I don't know much about the hardware or how it was built. I try searching for services that already do what I want. I try finding tutorials that do exactly what I wish my project should do. This helps me to evolve faster and to learn complex concepts in practice. You can get those ideas for everything. Let's imagine that you want to build a game using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. If I were you, I wouldn't try learning everything about HTML or learning deeply JavaScript to start doing my game. I would search what are the steps to make a game. I would try finding GitHub projects that do the similar game I want to do, and in the middle of all the search and simultaneously experimenting and creating examples I can use on this project. Are you following me here? The secret is not learning how a certain technology works. It's how you apply a technology to a specific problem, a use case. When you put in your list, today I'm gonna learn how to make unit tests with JavaScript. It's hard to get a good picture of the concepts and how you can apply it in your own dev life. But then, when you put it in your list like, today I'm gonna create a project that stores all my favorite heroes to practice unit tests, is much better. You learn faster and you start building your portfolio. And building a portfolio is what gives you leverage to compete in the software development market. If you've watched this video this far and haven't left your like, you know, right? And you should subscribe to this channel so you're not gonna miss the contents I've been creating here. I left here in the video description a bunch of links for you to follow me after this video. There, I left also my training courses in Portuguese, and some of them I'm building for English-speaking people. In case you want to be notified about all the content I've produced, I invite you to join our Telegram channel. I've been publishing posts and videos and creating polls so you can suggest content there as well. And the last thing, don't forget to take a look at my website. I've been giving a lot of talks around the world, and I'm sure that you will find something useful to study there. Let's summarize what I told you here. First, you don't need to be 100% productive every day. Try organizing yourself, don't push it too hard, and try to have a balance between your life and your job. Practice is the key to learn theory, not the opposite. If you really wanna learn something, try practicing and experimenting. You're gonna save a lot of time. Focus on what you are most comfortable with. Try specializing yourself in what you like most and learn general concepts from other subjects. Try mixing fun with your studies. This is the best way to evolve a bit every day. You don't have to please people who haven't achieved anything. Avoid trying to listen to the people who just complain and do nothing. Try following people you see in you, people that really inspires you to go further. And the last but not least, Learn how to learn. Try applying practices on how you learn something new and try finding a balance and sequence of steps to learn something new. Learn how to Google, how to find your answers, and how to improve your mental capacity. Ufa, I hope you found this chat useful, and don't forget to check the English content playlist here on the channel. I've been building a lot of new content and I'm sure you're gonna like it. Oh, and comment below what you're gonna see in the next videos, and please send this video to all people at your work, your friends, and your study groups that I'm sure it can inspire them as well. I hope this content has exceeded your expectations. Subscribe to this channel now and enable notifications so you can be notified about all new content I publish here. I'm Erick Wendel, and I will see you in the next video.